In case you thought we were done with Supreme Court corruption stories, there's just enough time left in the year before the holidays to squeak in a little bit more corruption, and what do you know, Clarence Thomas is wrapped up in it. Because a new ethics investigation found that after all of the uncovered gifts and trips and mega yacht voyages and times at fancy places and all that provided by billionaires, and then reporting of it and public concern about it and more disclosure from him coming out of that, there were still luxury vacations that he had not actually reported. So the Senate Judiciary Committee revealed, this is from 2021, Thomas had not yet disclosed a private jet flight to New York's Adirondacks in July and a jet and yacht trip to New York City sponsored by, you guessed it, Harlan Crow in October. One of more than 24 times detailed in the report that Thomas took luxury travel and gifts from wealthy benefactors. So there's even more, like, I have not been on 2 luxury vacations in my entire life. And he forgot to report 2 more after the dozens of other ones. So this is after he refiled some of his past financial forms. These were still hidden. Now, he is not responding to inquiries about the report. Why would he answer to us or to reporters? What, is he supposed to be serving us? Forget about it. But he's long said that he did not have to report many of the gifts because they fell under a personal hospitality exemption that existed at the time. Thomas has said that Crow, a prominent Republican donor, is a longtime friend. And look, that sort of excuse would never cut it for me. But I just want to remind everyone, they did not become friends until after he was on the Supreme Court. And if a person only starts giving you luxurious gifts and whisking you around the world on vacations after you have a lifetime appointment to one of the most powerful political bodies in the world, I don't know if you can consider them a true friend. I think there could be ulterior motives, Harlan. But anyway, we'll have to ask Harlan Crow about that. Garrison, what do you make of this new reporting?
You know, I'm just very annoyed by Clarence Thomas and the role he has played in the lives of so many American people. It annoys me that he is the person who writes the opinion about affirmative action as like a handout and that we don't need it, when he has lived so much of his life on handouts. He's benefited from affirmative action. It's like largesse for you, for me, but not for thee. It's gifts for me, but not for you. He's just an ideological, inconsistent person and that bothers me on a very personal level, if you can't tell, John. I'm just annoyed by it. And I'm annoyed that he is in many ways kind of the face of a Black conservative kind of ethic, because I do think that many in his wake come with that same kind of ideology. If it can benefit me, great. But if it benefits the larger Black community, I am against it. No handouts, no pull yourself up by your bootstraps, even though I'm pulling myself up by the billionaire bootstraps of Harlan Crow. It annoys me, okay? And I don't think I'll ever get over that.
Do you think he, like, in his heart considers himself totally innocent? Like, do you think he really believes there's nothing wrong with Harlan Crow spending millions on him to support him and gift him and all that?
I don't think he cares, is the truth. I don't think, even if he thinks it's wrong, even if on some level he could see how this would be wrong for someone else to do it, like, I'd be curious. There's a part of me that wants, Justice Brown Jackson, Ketanji Brown Jackson, to like go on some luxury vacation with, I don't even know who the billionaire Democratic donors are, but whoever they are, go on a vacation with them. And let's just see how Clarence Thomas responds. But what I know is that as a Black woman, she'll be kind of taken down for it. She won't have all the layers of privilege that Clarence Thomas has. But even if he understands that this is problematic and troubling, I don't think he cares. I think that they have justified their actions as a stick it to the liberal left folks. I think they see that as reason enough to act in, frankly, bad ways, so long as it meets the end of getting back at the liberal media or liberal politicians who took Clarence Thomas specifically through the ringer during his confirmation hearing. I think that that's been the long time kind of animating kind of thought for him. And so much of what he's done is that you guys put me through hell in my confirmation hearings. And so I can do whatever I want so long as it makes you upset, because that's my way of getting back at you. And it just annoys, me. Yeah.
It's one of like I think that actually is one of the ways the court has become like the most political, quote unquote. Like the way that we would normally think about that is like, are you basically just acting as if you're a Republican senator? Are you always just doing whatever the Republicans would want? And they do all that. They're obviously political actors, but that they have those political motivations, those sort of like trollish, tribal, partisan. Like I 100% agree with you. And I'll just remind everyone, there's a reason the Supreme Court is as despised as it is. Only 44% approve of the job that they're doing. And honestly, like if we could jump ahead, you'll see that in graphic 6. I don't think that means anything. Because like what that should mean is America sits back and they think for a bit, Supreme Court's super important. Are they being ethical? Are they being, but that's not what that 44 represents. That represents like 9% of Democrats that aren't really paying attention, and most Republicans that are like, they're giving us what we want. That's what it means. They don't actually think the court is doing the job it should do. They just like the job that it's doing. And that is even more frustrating. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.